Round one was a dream for some teams and a nightmare for others. Let's prepare to head back to Rome for GCL round two today. Madrid Emotion were the surprise package, are in pole position for today, while the Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M, will look to try and hold on to that championship lead. And the Berlin Eagles, powered by Fundis Reichsport, know that with 8 penalties, they have to jump double clear today. It's all to jump for in Roma. Let's head back for GCL round two. What an intriguing day we have lined up in Rome today for Global Champions League round two as we get ready for this updated top 4 battle, this updated championship battle, and we will portray it and show it all to you here on GCTV over the next coming hours as we get ready for a big Super Saturday. Now, the first team out the gates for Global Champions League round two will be Valkenswaard United, your defending champions. And in fact, we start the show right off with a bang. Gilles Thomas standing by for us. Gilles, thank you very much for joining us. A tough opening round for Valkenswaard United. Where did it go wrong?
Yes, indeed. It didn't go as expected. We had both 2 down. Where did it go wrong? I did a bit of mistake in the line to the double combination where I got a fault. And then maybe we lost both, me and my horse, a bit concentration, and we had immediately straight the neck jump also down. Then we had actually a good end of the course, so let's hope that we can ride now today a good round. Also Laura, actually the horse jumped good, but the horse was a bit strong, so she also hopes that she has more control today, and let's see what it gives.
And no changes from a rider point of view, a horse point of view? Are you confident that the mistakes that were made in round one will not come back in round two?
Yes, no changes in our team today because Edwina is also here, but our best horse isn't here. So that's why me and Laura are riding again here. Also, Laura has only 1 horse here. Me, I actually have 2 horses here, but I choose again for Luna. We had 2 down, but actually she was jumping good. So that's why I take Luna again for round 2. And let's hope that we have a better day than yesterday.
Gilles, are you worried that top 4 will get away from you if you do not perform well this weekend?
Yeah, we know that the position 4, 5, 6 are all close together, and we really need some good points here. And I think, like you say, like yesterday, we are in the back of the bar. We were in 16th position, so it's going to be difficult to get a lot of points today. But we're going to try. We're going to try to ride 2 clear rounds, and then we see where we end, because we really need some good points. It's all close, and let's hope that in New York and Riyadh we can have a better weekend.
All right, best of luck for this weekend. Gilles Thomas, one of the riders for Valkenswaard United. He, alongside Laura Kraut, will be out for the team again today. And as you mentioned, after 8 penalties a rider in round 1, it means that they are in a bit of a tough spot. They'll be the first team to come out on 16 penalties. And as he mentions, the plan is to jump double clear. But what championship points will be available for Valkenswaard United come the end of the weekend, even if they jump double clear and stay on 16? We'll find out, of course. Let's show you how the top performing teams did in Global Champions League round 1. And as far as they are concerned, from the top teams, Stockholm Hearts, powered by H&M, were very impressive. There was no Marlon Johnson in round 1. She will jump today, but Lily Keenan and Petter Fredriksson performed for the team. Keenan with 4 penalties, and Petter Fredriksson once again clear, this time on Christian K, delivering a clear. The expected and predictable thumbs up from Petter Fredriksson. Madrid Emotion were also superb. Kalinka and Angelica Augustin Zanotelli clear in round 1. And Mark Macaulay on Lady Amaro having 4 penalties, just a single fence down. One change, no Mark Macaulay in round 2. Eduardo Alvarez Aznar comes in on Bentley, and he will jump alongside Angelica Augustin Zanotelli on Kalinka once again. So Madrid Emotion in pole position and will look to really try and reinsert themselves into that top 4 fight. And is there then going to be back-to-back podiums for the Rome Gladiators? Beth Underhill and Nina Malave once again jump for Rome Gladiators today. Already on the podium in Valkenswaard. Can they now make it 2 for 2? The Rome Gladiators will be the second last team to come out the gate today, and they will try and use that advantage, make up championship points, and maybe actually put themselves into that conversation. But you might be asking, where are the Berlin Eagles? Why are they not considered a top team going into this weekend? Well, unlike Valkenswaard from the point of 16 penalties, but I mean from a Valkenswaard perspective, they too were not as good as they would have liked to have been. 4 penalties a rider for Ludger Beerbaum and for Christian Kukuk means that the Berlin Eagles now find themselves on 8 penalties and find themselves, in fact, on the second half of the standings from Rome. All of those teams on 4, from Madrid Emotion down to Prague Lions, who are staying in a top 4 hunt as well. Then, as we mentioned, Berlin Eagles on 8, Shanghai Swans on 8, and then all the way down in the bottom, Valkenswaard United on 16 penalties. They will be the first team to come out the gate today as we get ready. Peter Vos walking up alongside Peter Fredriksson with his predictable notepad. How good it is to have Peter Fredriksson back on the Global Champions League, and what a good season he has had. He hasn't jumped as much as perhaps the, not Swans, I beg your pardon, that was his very first team, wasn't it? He hasn't jumped perhaps as much as the Stockholm Hearts would like him to, but when he has jumped, he has been absolutely perfect. And the riders are ready for Global Champions League round 2. It is all big smiles and all waves around as they get ready for all of today's action. As we get ready to go back to Rome in a few moments' time, the riders are all saying hello to us and getting ready as they do their course walk and put in their final preparations. Here we see the Prague Lions, of course, New York Empire, Jody Hall McAteer. See the Scandinavian Vikings as well as they get ready for their measurements. The fans are ready, the phones are out. So if things were to end the way they currently stand at the end of Global Champions League round 1, so if the weekend were to end right now, what would a virtual table look like? What would a new championship standing look like if it were to end now? Well, Stockholm Hearts would increase their lead over the Berlin Eagles, now tense at just 2 points, but they would then open it up to an 11-point gap. Shanghai Swans would stay in 3rd, and the Prague Lions would continue to hold on to that GCL Super Cup top 4 place. Madrid Emotion would make up great ground. They would jump up to 5. Rome Gladiators, Paris Panthers and Valkenswaard United would then find themselves inside the top 8. Speaking of the Prague Lions, Peter Vos joining us live on the show. Peter, thank you very much for your time today. Let's maybe first start by a great opening round, puts Prague Lions right into the mix. Your thoughts on round 1?
Yeah, we had a really good round 1. We had 2, let's say, young horses. My horse, 9 years old, and then Nils was also not so experienced. So we came here with these 2 horses, and today I gonna switch. I gonna do another horse, Mom Stupid de la Roque. So I hope we can do again a good round, because we need to keep up high in the standings, and we have been working very hard all season to be there. So we hope we're not gonna give it away now for the last 3 competitions.
A lot of teams on 4 penalties going into today, Peter. You guys are one of them. Does that mean that there is no room for error? You have to jump double clear today? Is that the game plan?
Yeah, that's of course the game's plan, but it's easier said than done. I just walked the course, and I think it's a complicated course. It's very big and long. It's also very warm over here, so I think some horses will also feel that, and it's coming at the end of the season, so they've been jumping already a lot. So I think it's a lot of effort today So I hope we can do a good job again, but it will not be easy.
Are you expecting a difficult day? Round one seemed to walk easier than it jumped. If you're now saying it walked round two complicated, are you expecting a very tough course from Uliano today?
Yeah, I think so. I think today is a really difficult and especially long course. The combinations are okay, but it's big for me, in my opinion. And also the last line is a little bit a joker line. I think it will be pressure on till the very last fence.
Right, Peter, best of luck to you and Niels today, and to the Prague Lions, who look to try and stay inside that top four hunt. As you mentioned, a horse change for Peter de Vos. NASCAR coming out, going for experience and opting for Momstupi de la Roque. Let's not forget that there is no denying that Peter de Vos will have one eye on the Global Champions League, but will also be having another eye on the Longines Global Champions Tour Grand Prix that is still to come today, very much in that championship race as well. So now, going back to Momstupi de la Roque, hoping for a good performance today to put him in a strong position for the Grand Prix. Now, as we said yesterday, unfortunately and sadly, no Frederik de Backer for us in Rome. He will be back for the Insider on Monday. I promise you, you will get all of your Frederik de Backer there. But for now, we go back to Mariska Kuiper, who joins us from the show to give us an update as to what we can expect from GCL Round 2 in Rome.
Well, Mark, with only one fan separating 11 teams, there could be important championship points taken away from Berlin Eagles and Stockholm Hearts. What can we say more about GCL Round 1? We saw strong rounds of Rome Gladiators and Prague Lions. And we are very curious if Rome Gladiators getting their back-to-back podium and if they are going to share it with Madrid Emotion, who are in pole position. If we look at the championship, Stockholm Hearts have the lead on Berlin Eagles, so that means the Eagles must jump clear. We spoke with some of the riders who they think is going to win this battle.
You're putting me in a tough spot there. I think I would stay with Stockholm Hearts mostly because it's Swedish and my wife is Swedish and gets a little bit the happy feeling at home.
I think Berlin Eagles will win. They are coming very strong behind and using their good horses with their best riders, and now they have a very good commitment on it, so I think they will win.
For me, it's going to be, I'm going to have to go with Berlin. They have such a strong team of riders, and with Ludger's experience behind the team, I think it would be hard to bet against Berlin this year. Yeah.
I think Berlin Eagles. Yeah, they hadn't so good start like Stockholm Hearts, but now you see they are moving and moving up, so they are in good shape, and when you are in good shape, you have a positive vibe, and I think at the end they will win.
Stockholm.
Why?
I don't know. Didn't think about it, but I think yeah, Stockholm has a strong team, but Berlin also, so yeah, both has a big chance.
I like that Johnny Pulse didn't think about it too clear. Just gave his answer. Why? I'm not too sure. But let's see how that plays out. Some of the riders from the teams giving us their thoughts on who they think is going to get over the line in this incredibly tense championship battle that we see playing out in 2022. Now, Istanbul Sultan's rider Omar Karaevli joins us live on the show. Omar, thank you very much for joining us. It looks incredibly hot. I see sweat on the face and the head. How have you been dealing with the conditions?
Yes, it's quite warm. Thank you. Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing great, Omar. Super round from you in GCL Round 1. A lot of riders struggled. We didn't see too many clears. How were you able to produce that clear? Take me back to your opening round.
When I walked the course yesterday, that was quite technical, so I thought I don't take too much risks. Just do some rollbacks and see where I end up, but I really didn't expect to win. But like I thought, it was a quite good test. You really had to have a good plan.
We saw a really good performance from Effie in Valkenswaard. He was struggling in GCL Round 1 here in Rome, but a great performance from him in Valkenswaard. Really strong from you today, or from Round 1, I beg your pardon. Are we seeing some momentum building for the Istanbul Sultans building up to Prague?
Yes, we are very happy. I mean, happy with the way the horses are developing and our riders are developing. So as we thought in the beginning of the year, we thought maybe it could be a little bit quicker, but okay, you can only do how far are the horses. But the way they develop, like myself and Efe is very happy.
What is the ambition for today? Another really, really strong day today. What are you hoping for you and Efe? What's the game plan? What's the goal?
I just walked the course. It's a really technical course again. I think it's going to be a lot of faults everywhere. And we just try to stay clear and then see where we will end up. But I think there will be a lot of changes in the placings with this course.
Are you expecting it to be incredibly difficult, Omer? We saw round one seem to walk quite easy, but then proved to be very difficult. Already 2 riders have told us today that the walking looks very tricky. Are you expecting it to be a very tough round?
Tough in a way, technical way. For sure, the jumps are always big, but tough in a technical way, yes. So it's not really a course without very good plan on every jump and every line. What you're doing, you're gonna have a lot of troubles everywhere.
Are you expecting high scores today? Not necessarily for the Sultans, but from the teams. Are you expecting a high-scoring day?
I think so. I don't think it's gonna be too many clear rounds in general. I don't think so.
Right.
It doesn't look like a course that. Because if you have one down or if you are going clear and you start to go for the time, even at the end of the course, it's really technical, so you can have very easy falls.
Maybe some clear rounds coming Istanbul Sultans' way?
I hope so, that we can climb up a bit.
That'll be great. All right, congratulations on a great opening round. Omar, and best of luck to you and Efe for round 2.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Omar Karaivli getting ready for Global Champions League round 2, and already now multiple riders telling us that we are expecting a tricky, difficult day. What has this man put together for Global Champions League round 2? We're expecting high scores according to Omar Karaivli. We're expecting a technical course according to Karaivli and Peter de Vos. The umbrellas are out to try and cope with the intense sun and the intense heat. There was a little bit of rain earlier on this morning in Rome, but that rain seems to have passed and the hot weather conditions are back and settling in for GCL round 2 today. Already putting a lot of riders to work in the opening round, and now with a technical course, high scores are expected. Does that then mean that teams like the Berlin Eagles now, who need to try and be double clear to keep the pressure on the Stockholm Hearts, does that mean that that perhaps is not going to happen? How likely is then a double clear for the Berlin Eagles or for any of the other teams that need to try and stay as tight as possible? We will find out. So stay with us here on GCTV as we get ready for Global Champions League round 2. Perfection needed from the Berlin Eagles. Stockholm Hearts looking to build on their lead, and a handful of teams wanting to stay in the top 4. We go back to the Cerca Massimo this afternoon. Round 2, GCL coming your way here on GCTV.